host, Teryn. Oh, I just say, what do I say? Welcome to a Tatter-a-fact, live from the Girlz Inc. studio in Las Vegas.
Welcome.
Yeah, and then the minutes say today, just not a guest.
I think you should come in dancing, like Shades and Strokes.
Yeah. So today I say, then I'll say, today I got not just a guest, but one of my besties. Yeah.
You'll make me cry.
And I'll say Mary Ritcherson. And the minute I say like Mary, and then the camera goes on you or both of us, whoever she does it.
Yeah. Oh dear God. Okay.
Yeah. Probably both
Why
of us.
am I so nervous?
You do both of us. Yeah. Okay. So it's an art form, jumping from camera to camera.
I was wondering how that happened. She's the artist, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Art critiques her.
Yeah.
Art will critique her. He'll say you're staying too long on one camera angle. But he does it so nice, right? Because he's an artist. He's filmed and done podcasts for years. So he's like, podcasting's an art form. I'm like, yes, I understand that.
What made you want to do podcasting?
Because I like talking.
Yeah.
I'm interested in people, and it's creative and fun. I needed a fun outlet because I work so much on stuff that's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Admin and I just needed something fun.
Yeah.
Like an outlet. So I thought this would be fun.
And people are drawn to you. So, yeah, it's perfect.
That's right. And it's super fun. And I like technology. I liked putting all this
Clearly.
together. Not that I didn't get frustrated and want to punch a wall here and there. Oh, you still filming?
Yeah.
Oh, you got some bloopers going on?
Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to a Tatter-a-fact. I'm Teryn. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Let me get a drink of water.
Oh, God.
Okay. Remember to watch that red light. Okay.
I'm going to laugh my ass
I know. It's okay. Welcome to Tatter-a-fact, live from the Girlz Inc. studio in Las Vegas. And today, I do not just have a guest or any guest. I actually have one of my besties, one of my really, really good friends of about 8 years, Mary Ritcherson.
Hi. Yay. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, you know I had to have you.
Well, no, to bring me on. It's exciting and nervous all at the same time, but thank you.
Yeah. Why are you nervous?
You know I love you.
I know.
You know I do this because I love you. Okay? Yeah.
Why are you nervous? Why these things make you nervous?
I'm not a big picture video girl.
I know. You hate your pictures.
I just don't
And you
like
have rules.
Them. Yeah.
You have strict rules. If
Yeah.
you're taking a picture of Mary Ritcherson.
5 feet up in the air.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a little filter here and there. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we have to get your approval before you post them.
Yeah.
And we have to go through this
So
whole
now it's
process.
the real going on right now. So
the real. So this is
okay.
being video. It's a video now.
You know what? Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's all
right?
good. Yep.
You got to own this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting a little bit older. You just got to own it.
I'm going to be de-owning a few things, though.
Oh, that's funny. So you and I have been friends for 8 years.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, maybe longer. And I'm just going to tell people briefly how we met.
Okay.
So do you remember back in the day, way back then, when the Facebook groups were just starting to get kind of popular, in PMU? And I felt that like the hair strokes and the powder brows, they were kind of, it was either if you didn't do one of the, it was kind of like they were pitted against each other a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. Like, it's not like that in body tattooing. Like, a body tattooer that does black and gray work doesn't criticize or think any less of an artist that does full color or Americana or realism. It's like all styles are super respected and adored, in body tattooing. But back then, it just felt like powder brow people kind of, were a little about hair stroke work and hair stroke artists. And hair stroke artists were a little about the powder brow. Not everybody, of course, but we did see some of that. And I was a powder brow girl. You're a hair stroke artist. And I just had this crazy idea. Let's do a class showcasing, highlighting, and teaching both the hair stroke and the powder brow, one course. And I needed a hair stroke artist to train this class with me. Shades and Strokes is what we named it. And came across your work and thought you were fantastic, but I didn't know you. So I didn't know if we'd get along, if we'd vibe. I didn't know if you were a good trainer. So I found out you were doing a class down in Hollywood, and I bought a ticket. right?
Come check me out.
Yeah. I came down. Well, we chatted a little bit before then, right?
Yeah.
And I went down and I took your classes, and it was that weekend where I watched your ethics as a trainer, that I did in meeting you and your personality. We laughed, we got to talk, and I just knew you were the right trainer for me. And then from there, we formed this class, Shades and Strokes. It's been running all these years. We even brought it to England and Canada. And we didn't do it during the COVID year, but it will be back next year. We even took this year off because we weren't sure how COVID was going to turn out. But that's how we met. And we've been the best of friends ever since. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So
my little PMU sister.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're really good friends outside of PMU.
Absolutely.
Too. Like we hang. Yep. And talk all the time. And I know your daughter and all that stuff. So so that's super cool. So you come to Vegas pretty often, I would say, but now it's a whole lot easier for you to come to Vegas, the studio, because
I'm a lot closer.
Yeah, you moved from...
I moved from Florida to Colorado. July will be 2 years ago.
Yeah. What part of Colorado?
I'm currently living in Windsor, which is on the outskirts of Fort Collins, Colorado, so the northern end of Colorado. I'm closer to Wyoming than I am Denver. Yeah. So I'm on the northern part of the state.
And you lived, was it Naples, Florida, or Tampa?
I'm born and raised in Naples, moved to Tampa when I was in my teens. And
so you were there basically your whole life?
My whole entire life.
So what made you just get up and move to Colorado at this time?
Well, most of the people that know me know that I have a daughter. And unfortunately, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about, I want to say 3 years ago now. And obviously as a parent, it's devastating. And I just thought, you know what? I need to be with her. God forbid she needs me for something. I don't want to be 4,000 miles away. So I sold my practice within 6 months, sold my home. We built a house in Colorado. And the 3 reasons I'm there now: she has MS, she got married, and I'm a grandmother. Yeah. So the 3 reasons of why I uprooted my entire life. And it was the best decision I ever made.
I remember the day you called me and told me Morgan had MS. And that was, you were really emotional, which made me emotional.
And my twin has MS too, remember?
Yeah. So is there a gene? Does it run in the family, Mary?
They say it doesn't. I've done a lot of research on it. When I took my sister to the best specialist in Tampa. When Morgan got diagnosed, I took her to the best neurologist in Colorado. I just think that I think lifestyle plays a part in it, because both of them were diagnosed in higher elevated areas. Which is weird. And Colorado, believe it or not, is one of the highest states with a record of MS.
Really?
Yeah.
But she's doing good now, though, right?
She's doing fantastic.
She's great.
You would never know she's sick.
Right.
She's on a weekly, a 6-week infusion. She actually has to go to a cancer center every 6 weeks to get infused. And that puts things in perspective for her, because she has it good compared to the most of the women that are in men that are in there. So she's never cried a tear since she was diagnosed. Never in front of me.
Yeah.
And I never cried in front of her.
Yeah.
I think having a twin sister that's had it for 20 plus years, 25 years, and seeing how good her life is, it made it easier for us.
Yeah. In some weird way, maybe it prepared you and Morgan in a weird way.
We kind of knew the definitive diagnosis before we got the diagnosis.
Right.
And we were prepared for it, for sure.
Yeah. So you had a huge practice in
huge
Tampa,
practice.
right?
Yeah.
So scary moving to Colorado, starting over with clientele, kind of scary.
It was a little scary.
Yeah.
I wasn't petrified, because I'd already built my name. You know, doing this almost 17 years, I had people coming to me from all over the United States. Yes, I was scared I wasn't going to make the money that I was making. But when you have family that's sick, that falls to the wayside.
Right.
And to me, the money's a bonus now. You know, obviously I'm smart with my money. Over the years I saved and I'm debt free. But it's one of those things where it opened my eyes to have more time off with my family and do the things I love to do. I love training. Yeah. I love coming out to Vegas and doing, my classes here with you and my online course, things like that. My training's my passion. I love services. Yeah. But training's my passion.
Yeah. It always has been. Yeah. You can tell you love to train when you watch you train.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I know. That's cool. Yeah. So you're here hanging out in the studio this weekend because we're filming your second course to go on the Girlz Inc. Academy, right?
We are.
Yeah, your
super
microneedling
excited.
course.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and those are kind of your 2 specialties, right? Everybody knows you do machine hair strokes. I'm not sure if everybody knows that you really specialize in microneedling as well. I mean, that's your other passion, right?
I've been doing it since 2009. I've actually trained it in Holland, Italy, Norway.
Yeah. And you're really good at it.
Thank you. Yeah, I keep it simple. I'm a minimalist. So I keep it simple and easy to understand.
Yeah, because it can get complicated and, and all that stuff. Yeah. But so you're here. Actually, we're filming tomorrow. We got the models coming in and we're filming tomorrow. Are you nervous?
No, not at all.
No, not with the
I was more nervous for the hair strokes because there's less room for error, obviously.
Yeah.
But with needling, what am I going to do? Make too much collagen?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Yeah. And your hair stroke course on the Academy is doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Rave reviews. Everybody's loving it. You're getting
a lot of private trainings out of it.
And just a couple days ago, you showed me this message you got from a student that after she took your course the very next day,
game changer.
It just changed her whole hair stroke game.
Yeah.
That's why we teach.
Yeah.
Right. Those kind of messages.
And I'm one of the very few trainers, I know you guys do this too, but I deduct the cost of my online course off of my private one-to-one trainings in Colorado.
Right.
So that makes it more affordable for them. It's not an additional cost.
Right.
So a lot of people are taking advantage of that. So that's really nice. Yeah.
Can you move your mic over a little bit?
Which way?
That way? Yeah. I think it was just, there you go. Perfect. So, okay. So no going out and having cocktails tonight. Because we got to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm a big girl. I can have one. A Teryn cocktail.
I know. Okay.
Just one.
You do like my cocktails.
I love your cocktails.
Okay, so I got my cue cards, like David Letterman. He has his cue cards. Okay, so I got a list of questions that I wanted to ask you. So the biggest question I want to add, probably, is what is the biggest misconception about hair strokes?
In my practice, I think the biggest misconception is people think that microblading and machine work are one and the same. And it's completely two different things. It's all permanent makeup, but it's a whole different modality. People think that microblading is not permanent makeup, and vice versa, when truly it is. So when people come in and ask me, oh, Mary, what's the difference? I say one cuts, one punctures. Same pigment, same numbing creams, same everything. It's just different tools. So people don't think it's permanent makeup. Oh, I'm coming in for an appointment, Mary, and I've never had my brows done with permanent makeup. It's microblading. They literally think that it's not the same thing.
Why do you think it is that a lot of the public don't consider microblading permanent makeup? Why do you think that is?
I think it's education.
Or marketing, maybe way some of the
absolutely.
I think marketed.
Yeah, I think people that aren't estheticians or don't know skin, that don't know the fundamental of permanent makeup and or microblading are not getting properly educated.
Right.
So they're being told, oh, it's not permanent makeup, don't worry, and they believe that without doing any kind of research.
Yeah. Well, and I think am I right when I say the only permanent makeup procedure to make it to these popular beauty magazines, these national magazines, whatever the magazines are, is microblading.
Yes, because a few celebrities did it and put it out there.
Yeah. So
that's when it blew up.
Yeah. So if it's in these magazines,
got to have it.
Maybe it's not permanent makeup.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they're getting that at. But it's definitely permanent makeup. It's definitely considered a form of tattooing.
Absolutely.
So people come into your studio. They booked your machine hair strokes. That's all you do. You don't do microblading.
Nope.
But when they get to your studio, they think they're getting the microblading procedure.
I try to prepare them ahead of time, but more so than not, they show up thinking they're getting the manual
you have it
tool.
all on your website, right?
And then some. And then they get messages 2 or 3 days before, a month before.
Yeah.
So they know. So, I use the word digital microblading just so microblading obviously is a key marketing tool for a lot of technicians.
Right.
So digital, hence machine, in front of digital microblading. They still come in. I literally could probably do it with a butter knife and they think they're getting microbladed. They're just oblivious to what it really is.
Yeah.
They just want to say they were microbladed.
Yeah. So do you still work on them? Or?
I have them sign their life away. You know how I am with my addendums and everything. If they're not properly informed, legally we can't work on them because they can say they're not properly informed. The consent's not properly reviewed and or understood by them. So there's times, me, I'm the queen of no. I do turn them away. Mm-hmm. And I said, do a little bit more research. And if you're still interested in my technique, look at my photos, look at my credentials, look at everything, and then please give me a call back. So until they're 100% on board, I won't do them.
Yeah, no.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And you got to have a meeting of the minds with the
exactly.
client.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there another big misconception about machine hair strokes? What about like skin types?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that people think it can be done on any skin type when in fact it can't. There are certain skins I won't work on with hair strokes. Large pores, super severely oily skin. It's a waste of our time and their time too, because it's not going to stick. And I say that because I've been doing this almost 17 years and I've worked on every skin type out there. Hence, again, while I have several of my addendums, I've lived all the nightmares. I've lived the sleepless nights. I've lived the unhappy client. And I chose, now I know my limits. I know what I can do and what I can't do.
Yeah.
And I stick to my guns now. I'm a Pisces. I'm a giver. I'm a pushover. I would say in the last 5 to 6 years, I grew some big cojones. And I'm like, nope, sorry. I don't need your money. I want you to be happy. Bottom line.
Yeah, but I think because you learn from watching your own work.
My own work.
Not aging well.
Right.
Because you, at one time,
did everything.
We don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
You put your beautiful machine hair strokes on any skin type. So what were some of the things that you saw coming back to you to bring you to where you are now? Like, machine hair strokes do not belong on this skin type, this skin. What were some of the things you saw with your own work that made you come to that conclusion? And
so for my redheads, I've done maybe 20 true redheads in the course of 17 years, meaning the orange hair, the white, beautiful porcelain skin, ice blue eyes.
Yeah.
And this is only my experience. I'm not discriminating or being prejudiced. In my experience, all my own work healed like shit. And I'm not just saying that. It came back terrible. And so I decided that I'm not going to do them anymore for hair strokes.
Right.
I will offer them the ombre option, and most of them will convert to an ombre option. But they came back. All you see is a hint of a little bit of the shading of the shape, not even a hair stroke intact. And mind you, I've done 20 people. All 20 proved to me. I mean, I couldn't. I can't do this to these people anymore.
Okay.
So I just chose not to. Oily skin, large pores. You can't
Yeah.
work on large pored skin. Those large pores will suck in your pigment, causing little dots, or or it doesn't stay. I just leathery skin, tan skin. There's just so many variables of things I will not do anymore because I lived all the bad, the less than desirable results.
I think the industry predominantly is under, agrees that, the redhead, the true redhead, it is a difficult
They're hypersensitive.
skin type to work on, right? They can
is.
get really red, really pink. They can bleed a lot. It's just the skin type. Every now and then, I think we get lucky. I do powder brows, so it's not as sensitive for the powder brow technique, but it's still sensitive, and that's my experience too.
And I've done ombre since then, and it comes back better than my strokes, but it still needs a little bit more work because I'm still gauging my pressure with redhead skin. I can look at them. I feel like they just bleed when I look at them. They swell when I look at them. Like, just so hypersensitive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why I kind of, I encourage artists to be versatile. So you don't need to be versatile anymore because you've built such a great business. You've been in this a long time, but the new artist that only does microblading or only does hair strokes, would you agree that their clientele is going to be limited? They're going to have to turn away a percentage of the clientele because the stroke's just not going to look good or age good on that skin. And so that's a loss of income, right?
Yeah.
Potentially that can be a loss of a big income. So that's why I always encourage y'all artists, if you've mastered microblading, you've mastered the hair stroke, why not? Come on over to machine if you're a microblader, or come on over to the powder brow technique if you're already on machine, but all you do is hair strokes. Now learn this technique, which is my forte.
Right.
And now you don't have to turn anybody away, right? Whatever the hair stroke or microblading technique doesn't really work that well for, that damn powder brow does.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I actually love doing powder brows as well.
Yeah.
So,
I was surprised when you started doing powder brows.
Yeah. I had to have options.
Yeah.
I had to have options. I'm in an area where people are hiking in the mountains all the time and sweating a lot. So I had to have options.
Yeah.
So, and my daughter specializes in powder brow. She doesn't do hair strokes at all. I've never taught my daughter a hair stroke. She has no desire to learn hair strokes.
No.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, never asked me. I'm not going to force nothing on her.
No.
So she specializes in that, and she does upper eyeliner. I just do hair strokes and needling. That's all I do. That's all I want to do. It's like you going, Mary, I'm going to come to you for lips. Who's going to come to me for lips? I don't do lips.
Right.
So I just stick with what I'm good at.
Yeah. So why did you not, I don't even know if I've ever asked you this, like, personally. Why did you decide to do just hair strokes and not venture into eyeliner, lips, areola, things like that?
Well, I did all that in the beginning. I did that for 10 years.
Oh, so you
And
did
then-
all of it.
And then I became known for my strokes. So I never got the demand for the lips and liner. It's very rare I got a request to do it. So I'm like, hey, while you're laying here, I can do this on you. People didn't know I even offered it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough clients to really say I promoted it a whole lot because it was one in every 20 people with an eyeliner. I didn't do a whole lot of lips back in the day. Did a ton of areolas.
Right.
But like, again, I'm good at specializing in eyebrows. I like to refer my areolas to people that specialize in 3D areola. I don't do 3D areola. So I like to support those that specialize, like you and Amber eyeliner and powder brows.
Yeah.
I don't do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I stick with what I'm good at. And I always tell my students, master something really, really good first.
Yeah.
Before you start mastering 2 other things.
Yeah.
Have one thing done and master, then move on to the next thing, and then so on. When
Yeah.
you take on 2 or 3 different techniques all at the same time, it's I don't think it's a good enough.
So naturally, you were just better at the hair strokes.
Always, yeah.
I think I was best at eyeliner starting out.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. My brows took a little bit longer for me to master and get them. I had no problem getting color in the skin, but I think I was getting too much color at first. So I had to figure out how to get all that
That's
color
a good
in.
problem to have because
Yeah.
most can't get color in.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't because they come back looking like stickers. It's like, oh my God, what did I do to this lady? But I had but not did I figure out how to adjust that and make it work for me until I got into my body tattoo apprenticeship, and I was taught there how to dilute pigments and get into the bigger needles. So I still can pack in pigment, but I can do super soft edges with diluted pigment now.
I've seen you in action.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah. But it took me a while. But
Yeah.
eyeliner,
Yeah.
I was pretty good at quickly. That was probably my first procedure I got good at. And then lips, Mary, that took me, in all honestly, 6 years of my career to get good at.
I hated doing lips.
Yeah, it took me 6 years. I really struggled with lips. I said that before. I'm really honest about that. Really, really struggled. And then I figured it out. I jumped up to an 11 mag and I just figured it out. I got over this 6-year hump I was on with lips. So I feel I do like brows, eyeliner, lips, all pretty equally good. Yeah, but it's taken me, it took me a lot of years of really focusing on all 3. And of course I do 3D areola.
Yeah. I mean, I can spot your work a mile away, and I can spot your students' work a mile away.
That's cool.
No, seriously, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's a Teryn eyeliner. Oh, there's an Amber. I can tell the people that you have apprenticed with, and I can spot their work a mile away.
Aw.
Yeah, but your stuff stays. Like your stuff stays.
Yeah, it
my
stays.
lips never stayed. My
Yeah.
liner never stayed good. I
Yeah.
never got brave to do the edge and wedge and stuff like that. I was afraid I was going to migrate. Like I always felt Murphy was sitting on my shoulder, and if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. Like honest to God, that's why I never did it.
Right.
I was petrified. I see one migration on the Facebook or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not doing this. There's no way. 'Cause it will happen to me.
Yeah.
So I just chose not to do it. I'll let other people that specialize in those areas do it. And I worked out great camaraderie with my local colleagues in Colorado. I don't consider them competition. I consider them my friends and colleagues, and I do share with them. I got a permanent makeup artist on the same floor that I'm on in my studio. So yeah, I don't care.
Oh, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm the
I don't
same
care.
way. No, we have lots of local Vegas artists that come here, take our classes, mentor under us. They're on my Facebook board. I don't believe in that whole competition either. It's all just about look, the more we elevate each other and help each other, the better the industry is, and then the better we all do in the long run. That's the way I look at it. I always look at the big picture.
Yeah, and we never used to be that. In the beginning, I was scared to share 100%. I'm like, oh my God, I think you just grow. And I'm like, you know what? Then don't train. If you can't give 120% to your students, then don't train, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I know you're known as one of the most giving technicians in the industry, and I'm just
so are
saying
you.
that. Yeah,
So are
I mean,
you.
and I really feel like if we're not going to give 120% to our students during the class, after the class, then they shouldn't be training.
Yeah, no, 100%. Even on your academy courses, when you decide to train and accept someone's money, then you have to give them everything you know.
Yeah,
you
no,
can't
I agree.
hold back any
Yeah.
little good nuggets of nothing.
Yeah.
You just have to give of yourself everything
Yeah.
you've known, everything you've experienced, anything that's going to help that artist in that particular area.
Yeah,
So yeah, for
yeah.
sure. But you are too, Mary. You're known as being really generous. Look, there was many shades and strokes. We were there until 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
Right? What was our saying?
Sometimes
we're not done.
later, we were there at 10 o'clock one time.
One time, I mean, our saying was, "We're not done till
Until
the
you
last."
get it. Yeah, until you
until
get
the
it.
last student
Yeah.
of the day gets it
Mm-hmm.
and feels satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had some late nights at Shade Strokes. Then we'd walk
But they
over
were
to-
all fun.
Yeah.
They were all fun.
Yeah.
And it flew by. We didn't even realize how late it was half the time.
No, it did flew by most of the
Yeah,
time. So that was
yeah.
great. So, okay. So you're kind of a pigment jumper.
I'm a pigment jumper.
Yeah. But at least it's all within the LI range.
I'm in the LI family forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You used Aqua for years, and then you got totally obsessed with Loaded. And so you use Loaded a lot, but then you got obsessed with Monica Avani's, and then you got obsessed with Jen Boyd's. So when do you explained to me earlier out there
Yes.
with me and Kat was like, oh, that's really good information. It's good to know. But how do you choose when you got a client when you're going to use Loaded, when you're going to use Monica Avani's, when you're going to do Jen Boyd? Is it for certain skin types?
Yeah. So say Monica Ivani, since hers is pure iron oxide. I use that on my mature skin because I find that mature skin, drier skin holds the color really, really good.
Okay.
And I don't want to oversaturate a mature eyebrow because I've actually had people come back. I use a soft color. I'm like, oh my God, what did I use on her? And it looks like a dark brown completely different than what I implanted. And it's because they're so bone dry and they hold every inch of that pigment.
Yeah.
So I use now Monica's Ivani's for all my mature skin and my drier skin, sun damaged skin. Jen Boyd's is kind of universal and use it on all skin types, but I like it more on my active lifestyle people, as with yours, the Loaded line. I just feel like super oily skin, people that work out more than 3 or 4 days a week, people that are out in the sun a lot. I use yours and Jen's only because the elements make it fade faster.
Yeah.
I feel like using a more concentrated pigment, which because I know Jen's is hybrid, a little bit both,
Yeah.
and yours is loaded.
Yeah.
The word says it
Yeah.
all, loaded. And you got to be careful with that one too, because you don't have to do nothing to that pigment. I don't even put Skinful Beauty near that because it holds so wonderful.
Yeah.
And you know, I've tackled a few corrections with your Loaded line.
Yeah.
And it's all, and I'm only doing it because of Loaded. All my corrections over old permanent makeup are sticking. Like they're like, my strokes are staying and showing. So I have a few coming back. I'll post some photographs on your LI page when I get them. But you guys really are a triple threat. And I know I was supposed to have my pigment line with you guys, but why? How do you make it any better than what you guys already produced? Like and seriously, like I don't need to have anything else on my cabinet, but those 3 lines are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the science behind pigments, I don't know if you knew this, but I think you maybe do, but the science behind pigments and way, you know, organics, you know, hybrids, iron oxides work makes perfect sense why you're picking each line for what you do, because Monica's is predominantly iron oxide. And iron oxides are famous. They just work fantastic for the older. They are universal too.
Yeah.
But they work really good for those dry skin types, the old mature skin. Jen's is, you know, and then there's Loaded, which is 100% organic. So it's super strong, works great on those, you know, oily skin types. And then there's Jen Boyd's. Hers is a hybrid, leaning a little bit more towards
Loaded,
the iron oxide side of things, but hers kind of falls somewhere in the middle between Loaded and Monica Avani. So
No,
yeah.
I loved the Aqua line, but when you guys put these out, like I'm not kidding you, whether it's my students or myself, I'm doing very little to no touch up.
Yeah.
It might be 1 or 2 strokes I'm having to enhance a little bit. Like I'm not kidding you. Like when they come in, I swear to God, I do bad. I'm like, it's like winning the lottery when you see these retentions. The last picture I posted on the student never held a machine in her life. Every single stroke was intact. I didn't have to touch her up. This is 6 months after we did her.
Yeah.
And I took the picture and sent it to her. I'm like, what you did? This is what you did. 100% of the students works. Like, oh my God. I go, yeah, you did this. And it was Jen Boyd's Killer Brunette, 100% intact.
Oh.
Every bit of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was, and I have goosebumps talking about it
Yeah.
because it's so exciting to know, okay, this one's going to last a while. I'll see her every year and a half from here on out. And it's just amazing. Like,
Yeah.
honest to God, thank you, Jesus, for your pigment line. I'm not kidding you. It's been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
And I thought Aqua was really good.
Yeah.
So this to me is just like
Yeah.
the creme de la creme of just permanent makeup.
No, that's awesome.
pigment.
That's
Yeah.
really good to hear.
I'll never leave LI ever. Quit sending me your stuff because I'm never leaving them. Never.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I think Aqua is an awesome line. I think that's still, am I correct, Olivia? That's still our number 1 selling formula. We got people, diehard Aqua fans. No matter how great I tell them, I could send them a sample of Loaded and they're not going to try it. they're die-hard aqua. They're just never going to leave aqua, and they're not going to play, or even though LI made it, even though it's Monica Vani's LI or Loaded's LI, they're just like, no.
I'm still using them till they're
Yeah,
gone. I'm not going to
yeah,
waste them.
yeah.
My favorite, like hazelnut taupe combination. I'm still using those.
Like, how could you ever put hazelnut down?
Never.
Right?
Never,
I mean,
never.
Or classic
and I've
brown.
actually mixed Monica's with Jen's.
Yeah.
And they've come out beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
For a
yeah.
little extra kick, you know?
Yeah. No, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So when I look at your work is recognizable too. I always know your work. You know, the map, you got a really unique mapping that you do that when I was taking hair stroke, you know, courses, well, I did hair strokes in the beginning of my career, and then I stopped doing them and went into powder brow for years and years and years. And then you and I were doing shades and strokes, and I wanted to be able to help you out on the floor. So I really studied your technique. You worked with me, and I've taken other hair stroke courses. I always felt your mapping was the most simplistic. It looks complicated when you look at it on someone's face because it's so pretty and all the, you know, it's just so layered, so beautiful. But it's really not complex at all. It's a simplistic. You call it your branching, right?
Guidelines, and I also do branching and blending and brow stippling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's really
Yeah.
an easy or more simple. It's one of the simplistic mapping, you know, hair stroke mapping techniques.
I make it real easy to understand because I used to have the biggest problem with transitioning, where
Right.
you know, transitioning from an Asian brow or a combination brow or European style. So I literally would play around. A lot of people are using guidelines now. I
Yeah.
think it's wonderful. It's just a nice tool to follow.
Yeah.
And it's helped. Even my online students are like, "My God, Mary, your course is so easy to follow."
Yeah.
And I hear that almost every single one that's bought it and that has reached out to me. I'm like, "That's what I wanted." And I go, "I didn't make it real difficult for you. I didn't get the most perfect skin. I got an oily skin model. I wanted you to see the good, the bad, and the ugly." And they know, they just all praising the course. And I was nervous doing this course. My first time doing anything like this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that they understood. And I actually have sent videos to people. Can you do this a little bit differently? I'll actually pull my phone out and send them a little video. So I do step up to the back door with them as well to help them out behind the scenes as well. So yeah.
Yeah. It is nerve-wracking
Yeah.
putting your course on an academy. I almost had a nervous breakdown.
I know you did.
Making this academy,
Yeah.
developing it, making it. It was a custom build-out site, and then, you know, putting my courses on there, and then Amber putting her course. I almost had a nervous breakdown. I can't tell you how many times. You know, I think I like confided in you a few times.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got to be. This is your work.
Well, I know how you felt because me just doing the one course was like nerve-wracking for me. I can only imagine
Yeah.
you putting up several at one
Yeah.
time.
Well,
So,
you have
yeah.
to put in these standards, right? It's got to meet these high standards across the board, and it's got to be really, really good. And, you know, I know you feel the same way. When someone spends their money with us, that's a huge response. First, it's a compliment,
Yes.
right? But it's a huge responsibility. And for some people, you know, $500, $400 is not a whole lot of money, but for others, that is, I mean, it might have taken them a year to save that money.
Right.
So no matter where they fall, anytime someone buys a course or spends money with me or in the academy, that's a big responsibility. And it's really important to me, to you, that, and a lot of people, there's a lot of people that we know in the industry that feel this way, that they got every penny's worth and they'd buy it again.
And then some.
They had it to do all over, they'd buy it again, right?
But you just to give you a shout out too, I'm not just saying that because we're friends on a business level. I could do my own online course if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. You're giving nature, and I'm not just saying this because I love you and you're my friend. I'm just saying this because there's nowhere else I would want my course to be other than with you, because you do give so much. And I know the sleepless nights you put into this. I know the blood, sweat, and tears and money that you invested in this. And I'd rather support you as a business owner. And our courses are very affordable. They're not raping people on price.
Yeah, no.
Our courses are so affordable. I just felt like, no, I'm doing it with Teryn. Man, that's who I want on my table when I do this stuff. No, like seriously, it's not even about the money to me. I wanted to share this platform with you. It's very honored that you brought me here. I'm like, no, like I'm not just saying that. It's the truth because you do give so much, and I'd rather support you.
Yeah. Well, you had to come with me. You had no choice. Mary's coming on my academy.
Yeah. No, I was beyond humbled and flattered.
Well, I'm kind of bringing all my friends. You know, like Nas coming on. By the time this launches, Nas' course will already have launched, so I'm not spilling the beans.
And I've seen her in action. That girl's amazing at. She's more of a soft powder ombre.
Soft powder ombre.
It's not like pure ombre,
single needle.
Yeah, but it's easy to understand.
Yeah. I
can't wait to watch it.
So good. It's so good. So I think it launches in. She's almost
weeks,
in a
right?
couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So like I said, by the time this podcast launches, it's probably been on the Academy a month or 2 months or something like that. But yeah, so so we're bringing on really cool artists, cool people on the Academy. So I'm super excited about that. So let's get back to color. How do you? So I was saying that when I see your work. Of course, it looks beautiful, the hair strokes, the placement, it's just this beautiful brow, but your color is always spot on. Okay, we know what you use for pigments now, but how do you pick the perfect color for each client? And I know a lot of, especially newbies, struggle with that.
Yes. So after taking your color theory course 1 or watching that was a game changer for me. But I like to put at least 2 to 4 colors on my client's forehead, on a clean forehead. And I let it just sit there and like basically cook let it dry while they're numbing. So I actually will look at the colors in the mirror and I'll ask them, which one do you like? And they usually will like the same one. And if they go darker, I go a shade lighter just to err on the side of caution. But I just choose it by, I know so many skin types now from doing this for so many years, who's got pink and who's green. I look at all the undertones and your little cheat sheet that you have, I have it hung in my office. So I go by that too. It's kind of like my little cheat sheet go-to. I'm like, okay, she's got a lot of pink, so I can either use hazelnut or taupe. So I will sometimes take your aqua colors and modify that into like a dark brown. So I don't modify per se with a modifier sometimes, just another drop of another color that has that green undertone or the yellow or whatever it needs.
Yeah. So
I just put them on their skin and I let it dry before I make the selection.
Yeah.
So it blends with their natural pHs.
Yeah, I've watched you do that.
Yeah.
So I've never done that.
Yeah, and that's I think just by trying it out, I'm not guessing at anything. I have a good idea of what it's going to heal like.
I think a lot of artists pick their color that way.
Yeah.
You see pictures online of the
some people don't
stripes on the forehead trying to pick the right tone. Yeah, I've never done that. I've just kind of always winged it.
And I've actually had a client where I must have put 20 different combinations on, and nothing looked good on her. Nothing. Like everything pulled green gray on her. Everything, even my red undertones. I'm like, I'm not doing you today. And she goes, I agree. I don't like anything. I mean, literally 20 different combinations and nothing. So I think there was some underlying something going on there, and I could stretch her eyebrow to her ear. Like she was real rubbery. Like her eyebrow went all the way over to her ear, like real. I could grab her forehead and pull it.
But that's a condition. What's that
I think it's a connective tissue disorder.
Yes.
But I'm like, okay, honey, I can't even get a good grip on you, let alone pick a color for you. I said, she went to the doctor. I know she got diagnosed with something. I don't know the name of it. But yeah, so no, I made the right choice by not doing her. I just could not find a color. So had I not done that, I could have put the wrong color and she'd have the wrong color healed eyebrows. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a safety girl. I don't need her money. I want her to be happy. And I always say, just go get this checked out and we'll readdress. She's like, I don't want you to do it. She didn't want me doing it anyways.
Yeah.
So
we see some strange things. I mean, that the own clients don't see. Yesterday I was doing an eyeliner on a gal. She was super cute. She came in she was from like England on the coast, like the coastal part of like England. And she had a cyst on her eye, her bottom eye, and she didn't know it was there. And of course, so we didn't do her bottom eyeliner. So and it was something that I didn't really recognize. It wasn't just a skin tag. It was something different. It wasn't big, but it was definitely there. And of course, we don't tattoo over anything raised. I didn't really know what it was. So I just, we're not going to do your bottom eyeliner today, but you need to go to your eye doctor. And she said she had a really great one. I said, make an appointment and just go have it looked at because it's not a skin tag. It doesn't look like a mole. It's probably just sometimes there are little cysts or, little
milias
little nothings. Yeah. But so sometimes I think maybe we save lives because
you saw the one I posted not too long ago.
Yeah. So yeah.
Skin cancer.
That's part of our job is recognizing what's not supposed to be there. right? Not
I
tattoo.
think when you're an esthetician, you have a better eye for that. But those taking 2-day courses have no knowledge of skin, I think would maybe tattoo. There's a lot of people that I posted that one that I caught the skin cancer in her eyebrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And one thing, obviously never diagnosed. But I sent her. I knew what it was because I've seen it before on many people. I worked in the operating room. We took them off people.
Right.
So you saw the post and everything. It was, and you would look at it and think it was nothing. And she thought it was nothing when she looked at it. But I didn't see it in the picture she sent me prior because the picture was, I don't know if it was filtered or what. I didn't see it. Or her hair was brushed over. I didn't see it. So when she sat down, I'm like, oh, and I started to ask, you always have to ask questions. Does it itch? Does it flake? How long have you had it? Oh, I've only had it a few months, but yeah, it flakes, it heals, it scabs. And I'm like, okay, well, unfortunately, I can't put anything in there. God forbid it's something serious. I don't want to mask it with pigment. Go see your dermatologist. And that's when I got the two-week email later that it was skin cancer. I don't know what kind. I'm assuming it was either basal or squamous cell cancer. She's having it surgically excised. So, and there's a chance I may not touch her. There's a chance I might do her. But I need a release letter from her doctor to make sure all the margins were removed, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think people need to have the knowledge of skin to do permanent makeup.
Yeah, no, for sure.
A lot of people would have tattooed. A lot of people go, Mary, oh my God, thank you for posting. I would have tattooed right over that.
Yeah.
And that cancer would have grown and grown and grown. So yeah.
Or I'm wondering if the tattooing could have exasperated
it could have flared up, or it can hide it when as it grows and changes. You don't see it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's good. So you're not a big modifier.
Nope.
You don't. Put
Remember I called you that one time up. I'm like, Teryn, all my brows are coming back 2 years later with a little red in it.
Yeah.
You're like, well, what are you doing? I did like dark toffee, like 3/4 dark toffee with a quarter
you
of ungray.
You were putting a quarter ungray in your stuff.
Ungray, and I'm thinking, holy shit! And it was my fault.
Yeah.
I totally owned it.
I know.
And that's like, okay, I'm just gonna modify with colors for a little while, just because it was my own fault. They didn't see the red undertones that I saw, and I remember I called you. I'm like, Teryn, what the hell am I doing wrong? And that was years ago. I learned from that. But
you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
There was a period in the industry where
on gray and gray vanish. Gotta have it.
It just felt like everybody was just
over
slamming
modifying
a ton of ungray, a ton of gray vanish into every color for every client. I'm like, how did this happen? How did we get here? You know, because we were
scared. I think security. Thinking that we're going to keep it from turning a color.
They were so afraid of the gray.
Yes.
But during that period, that's where the 2-day classes popped up. That's where microblading exploded. So I think we had a ton of people training that they themselves had not that much training, had not been performing microblading that long.
No color theory.
Now they are trainers. And so they're teaching their students everything that they didn't know. Like so you don't get gray, put ungray or orange in everything. Mm-hmm. And it became an epidemic. Mm-hmm. And the sad part about that is not the clients that ended up with orange eyebrows, because that can be fixed. I think the saddest part about that was for the people at LI. The wonderful people at LI. LI got a bad reputation for a while there that our colors turned orange, red, and they had never had in 25 years. It was just that.
Probably because I was posting, I was using 3/4 dark coffee and a quarter gray vanish.
Well, we would get microbladers that I had to put together this percentage chart, because we would get microbladers that, I did 3 to 2, 3 to 2, and I'm like, I don't know what 3 to 2 is. What do you mean?
3 drops to dewdrops or whatever.
Yes, 3 drops classic brown, 2 drops ungray, and I'm like,
wow.
So you're like. Is that like 2/5? You're 2/5 on gray? And I would make this percentage chart, and I'm like, oh my goodness. You can't even be 1/5. You can't even be like 10%. Yeah. It's like, those modifiers, they're stronger than the target colors. And so, you're talking, the most you should probably be is like 5%. 5% of your target color, a modifier. If you even use a modifier, right? On 50, 60...
Right.
% of our clients, we're not even using modifiers. Right. Yeah. So hopefully, we had to go out and start doing damage control and retraining people and whatnot. And it's better now. I don't see as many people slamming in orange. And now there's a whole army of people out there teaching that too. Look, I was someone who put in way too much on gray. So it's like we have this army of people now teaching modifiers the correct way. Yeah. Thank goodness.
It's almost like you have to live it. and realize what not to do the next time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I learned the hard way, and luckily, thank Jesus, I was able to modify them during their touch up,
Yes.
and fix it, and they were healed fine.
Yeah.
So that was my end of all ends of modifying.
Yeah, but that's why color theory is so important,
Yes.
and knowing your pigments.
Yes.
Because the only time really you got to put in a warm modifier is if the client has something about her overtone or undertone that's very ashy. It's going to pull color, right?
Right.
Or you're using a really dark, cool color.
Right.
You might want to put just a little bit of warmth to help prevent ashing.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, you really shouldn't be adding too much modifiers. Use them sparingly.
I do now.
Yeah.
And my results have been healing amazing. Amazing.
Okay, let me see what else I got on my
What
key
else you
card.
got
Are you
for
having
me?
fun so far?
This is fun. Yeah.
Do you like your Tatter-a-fact mug?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
I love my Tatter-a-fact mug.
Okay. So, the other thing that I notice about your strokes is, I think everybody notices is about your strokes. Or when they take your class, they're kind of surprised if they've taken other classes is, so the one thing about your strokes is you get a ton of color, and you don't need to teach, you don't need to show your movement or anything like that. That's, you know, it's all in your course, but you get a ton of color in each stroke. How long would you say, on average, I know depending on skin type, lifestyle, whatnot, how long on average do your machine hair strokes last on average?
A long time.
Yeah.
So I don't even do my first touch up for 6 months. So I feel like, when I wipe off my first pass, I'm 95% done with that first pass. So I let it cook a little bit, let it oxidize while I'm drawing on. So I do one at a time. I just feel like, because I work so slow and methodical, I dip after every single stroke, that all that color in my cartridge just penetrates that hair stroke. And it's there. When I wipe and then let it sit and cook for 10 minutes, it just darkens up, and I'm really pretty much done. I've been done many times with just one pass. There's a few times I go back to doing a little bit of branching, maybe a little bit of bunny, if they have little to no hair, but I'm pretty much done. And my students have seen it firsthand. Like, they don't believe me until they see it. You've seen it at Shades and Strokes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's my key is just working really slow, methodical, and getting good saturation into that stroke as I'm working.
Yeah.
And dipping and filling up my cartridge. Fill up my cartridge. I don't dip and go. I literally dip, hold it there for a few seconds, and then I go.
What do you think about, what are your opinions on the tiny needles, like the acupuncture needles, the number 6s?
Yeah.
What do you think about like getting that
Yeah,
small?
I can't do those. My favorite's the 0.25.
Yeah.
Or bigger. 3.3. I can even do it with a 4.0. I work on the taper, so it doesn't really matter. I did it for years with just a one-liner and got beautiful results. The nanos are a little bit more, I guess the diameter's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But if they're too small, I can't suck up any color.
Right.
And it's too tight around the actual needle for it to suck into. So I like the 0.25, 0.33s, 0.30. I like all of those.
Yeah.
I'll even use a one-liner if I'm out of the nanos.
Yeah.
So, because we work, I'm using just my taper. Just the taper.
And visually, I've seen some pictures of machine hairs. The shape is great, but when you look at the actual stroke, they look too thin.
Yeah. And if you can see the skin through the pigment, they're not going to stay.
Yeah, no, you can see that. They're just too skinny.
Mm-hmm.
So visually, I don't prefer that skinny stroke either. I like the 0.25, 0.30
or bigger
as well.
Yeah.
And if you're working on, wouldn't you say if you're working on clients with thicker, coarser hair, you kind of got to get into
and I pull two
a
needles for that.
3.5 maybe?
Yeah.
4.0?
I've never used a 3.5. I've used my 3.3s, but I'll also pull two needles because I'm working on thick, porous skin.
Yeah.
They get dull. So I will have one for the left brow and one for the right brow.
Yeah, because it would look funny. You got coarse hair,
Yeah.
natural hair, but then you're laying in strokes with this tiny little needle. So you got thin, tattooed strokes.
Yeah, you need a bigger needle for just to get
Yeah.
color in anyways for that thicker skin anyhow.
I think it wouldn't blend. It would be too contrasty.
And even with my darker Fitzpatrick's and up skin, I will pull two needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the skin tends to be a little bit thicker.
Yeah. So, okay. So, and I know, so you're known as a couple things. You're known as the Queen of No because you turn away a lot of clients if they don't have the right skin type or anything like that. You also do this thing that I think is funny.
God,
yeah. Well, this Queen is No. I call you Mother Mary.
Yeah.
Right. Because like you were the mother of these young hair. I mean, there was a time, like you said, you already said, you didn't really want to teach your technique. You didn't really teach in the United States, like 10, 12 years ago, but you would fly internationally,
Yeah.
you'd go to like Ireland,
Holland,
and teach
England,
them.
Norway.
So
yeah.
I think you kind of started it, right?
Yeah.
So you taught some
Well, I trained some of the trainers that are pretty big in the
that
world.
are big now.
Yeah.
Big now.
My very first class.
Yeah.
Daria, Monica Ivani, Aaron Golightly, Debbie Clifford,
Yeah.
Camilla Kaka.
Yeah.
Um,
You trained all those.
Ren, what's her name? Moya Ren was in
Moya
there.
Ren, and you've watched them all grow up
Yep.
now and become
Yep.
amazing artists.
Not that it's because of me, but I think I helped a little bit.
Well, you were part of
know?
their journey.
Yeah, I was part of the journey. And Monica
sure.
was pregnant with her daughter at the time.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So was Camilla. I think Camilla was pregnant too.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So that's
This is
exciting.
my very first, honest to God, Teryn, that was my very first class ever. When they
Yeah.
invited me, they're like, how did you know to train? I go, I didn't say I wanted to train. They asked me if I trained. I'm like, maybe that's a sign I should start training. And they start asking me to train. I think I had a handwritten PowerPoint, Teryn, and you would be disappointed because I know how you are with your PowerPoints. And so nowadays,
So does
I wish I would have had it because I mean, like, honest to God, you were the one that made me up my game on my PowerPoints.
Well, I was just going to say this. I was going to say, when you and I came together as trainers, I think the way we were a little bit different trainers. We were both ethical. We were both put in the hard work. We'd stay as late as we needed to. We were dedicated. But I felt you were stronger at the table, like working hands-on with them at the table. I felt I was stronger with the PowerPoint, the handout, the theory, the speaking,
Yes.
You were good at that, and I was good at the table, but you were stronger at the table. And I think working together at Shades and Strokes, you and I upped each other's game. I learned from you just as much as you learned from me, Mary Ritcherson, and believe you me when I say that.
Aw.
You made me a better trainer, for sure.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
For sure. Ditto.
Yeah, look, I got goosebumps.
Yeah. No.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
No, you really, really did. But isn't that a beautiful thing, though?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. So now, like, we're the best.
It doesn't get any better. No.
Yeah. No, I just feel that, So that was like a really beautiful thing about our relationship. Yeah. And it's lasted.
Yeah.
We've worked closely together for 8 years. When you train, sometimes, there's money involved, there's and we made it work. We
don't do it for the money, Teryn. That's why it never has been an issue.
No. And you let me always handle the money.
I
I try to get you on the bank account.
Mary,
I
go
try
check
to
it out. Nah, I don't need to.
I know. I give her the passcodes to the bank account.
No.
Olivia, I go on the bank account. Will you just look at it? Make
I
sure.
never have. In how many years? 9
I
years?
know.
Never have.
She said, just bring me my check.
Yeah, I don't care.
Look at
Yeah,
the
no.
expenses, Mary. Look at the spreadsheet.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I'm anal like that.
No.
Yep, I know. You
Yeah.
always trusted me that way.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
If I can't trust you, then why am I training with you?
No, I know.
right?
I get that.
So
I
yeah,
get that.
totally. No, 100%.
No,
Yeah.
that was wonderful. Yeah, so it's been good. But okay, so you're known as Mother Mary. I kind of gave you that name.
Yep,
Because you're the
yep,
mother. Okay.
yep.
You're Queen of No.
Yep.
All right. But there's this other thing that you do. Maybe, what do we call it? Mary the stalker?
Oh, God.
Mary I don't know. But you give really strict aftercare and
Yeah.
instructions, right? Because the hair strokes are a little bit more delicate than the powder brow.
Right.
So your healing you have to be stricter about the healing. I know for a fact, because you've told me, you will stalk your clients on Instagram. Am I not true? Go ahead, tell the story.
I absolutely will. And it took 2 or 3 of them to make me think of the idea, because they'll come in and go, God, Mary, look, they all faded away, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking at her chart going, okay, she says she's a runner. I'm going to go to her Facebook and her Instagram page to see what she did during that 2 weeks of healing and 30 days of no sun. Do you know half the time I bust them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or wherever, and I have a fake account, so I can be like they stalk me. They want to see what I do and my work, right? So why not kind of stalk them? So this girl came in throwing a fit because it all faded away really ashy. And I go, well, I know. Here, you ran a 5K. 3 days after I did your permanent
makeup. So you
makeup,
pulled out pictures.
I pulled a picture out. And the ones that I want to do it face to face because they were nasty to Sophia or whatever, I'll let them go for face to face.
Yeah.
So I go, oh, I know, honey. Pulled out the picture of them running in the 5K 72 hours after I did them. Oh. And I go, this is why your eyebrows faded. And I go, I feel it's non-productive to do any future services on you. You knew, and she lost all color in her body. Like she goes, I'm like, okay, I'm busted. I released her right then and there. I don't like liars, and they're kind of blame me.
Yeah.
For something that they did. So I stalk every one of my new clients at the end of 30 days. Myself or Morgan, or when I had Sophia, we'd go into all of even their families' Instagrams, husbands and kids. And more so than not, we'd bust them. One girl did a photo shoot in the beach in Miami a day after I did her in the water.
Okay, so you're stalker Mary.
I'm stalker Mary.
They're stalker Mary.
But guess what? It protects me now.
Yeah, right. That's so funny. That cracks me up. So look, Colorado.
Yeah.
Right? You're on notice, Colorado.
Yeah, that's
all
right.
I'm saying. Mary the stalker. If you get your brows done with Mary, she's going to stalk you.
Yeah, no,
It's funny. And you got no problem saying no to clients.
Not at all. And I always say, listen, I know you're not happy with me, but I, in good conscience, cannot take your money knowing that I should not be doing this on you.
Yeah.
And they are disappointed, but they respect me for not taking their money and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I sleep good at night doing the right thing.
No, totally. And I think it takes a while.
Oh,
When
yeah,
you agree
many years.
to develop your backbone, your
cojones.
voice.
Yes.
You call them cojones.
My cojones.
Your boundaries.
Yes.
It's probably the most professional way, your boundaries.
Yeah.
And it took me, many, many, many years, but I'm like you now. I mean, I don't Vegas clients, you don't have to worry. I'm not stalking you on Instagram. But I have a strong boundaries, strong voice, and I say no now too. But what's the advice you'd give to the newbie that still scared to death, still intimidated by clients, still afraid to say no, getting themselves into situations they knew, like they didn't listen to their gut because they just they haven't developed that voice yet. They're afraid to stand up and say no and decline and control the room, their room. Do you have any advice?
I think the young millennials, like the 25 to 35-year-old millennials, I feel like they feel like they're younger than their clients most of the time. They have to kind of bow down to them.
Yeah.
And I even tell that to my daughter. I'm like, Morgan, listen, if you go in timid and shy, they're going to walk all over you.
Yeah.
And I just say, if you don't feel confident going into the appointment, like you're 100% in control, then don't do it. If that client's nitpicking at you, don't do her because you're going to be all nervous and upset the entire time you're working. Say, today I don't feel like doing your appointment. I'll draw them on for you, wear them around. Like if you don't feel 100% confident in working on that client, you should not put a needle in their face.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients, one girl, her mom called me, is there anything you could do for my daughter? She's a permanent makeup artist in Florida. She throws up before every client. I'm like, oh, well, she probably shouldn't be doing permanent makeup then. Wow. Like literally she gets nauseous and sick before she does a procedure.
Wow.
How do you work?
Yeah.
So there's certain people are in this industry, a lot of them for the wrong reason.
Money
Money is definitely a bonus. If, obviously we get it, we like the money, but if you're not in it for the art of it and helping people, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
So if you're in it for the wrong reason, girls, if you're in it for the money and the Chanel bags and all that stuff, then don't be doing it.
Don't be doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and fix your mic.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Got to keep you looking good, Mary. Do you like the new mics? They're kind
These
of
are
cool,
pretty cool,
right? The
yeah.
setup?
Yeah, and so you are amazing. Like, honest to God, every time I come here, something new. You've got like 20 cameras in here.
Well, I think if you don't talk directly into the mic, but you're talking like off to the side, it doesn't capture your voice. Yeah, I'm just afraid it might not capture your voice.
I talk loud anyways. I'm sure you'll have no problem capturing me. I am Italian.
So yeah, so back to clients. I think the thing with clients is that if it's clients that can make you like not what you do. Not all clients. I mean, most clients, thank goodness, are really wonderful. But it's that small percentage of clients that can really make you
question doing what you do.
Yes, and question and make me feel like you want to quit and bring stress to your life and whatnot. So I always encourage young artists right away, start with the boundaries. Client management is key to enjoying this career, right?
I agree.
Yeah, it's
100%.
21 years for me this year. And I got abused and a lot by clients in the beginning, but once you learn to manage clients,
I've wanted to throw the towel in probably 100 times.
I think everybody has. I think that's normal, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
And you see it on the board sometimes. You'll have these, young artists post, and you when you read their posts,
and you kind of cringe.
Oh my God! And you hear the pain in their voice and their desperation, and they're afraid.
You're like, I've been there.
But you know what's really cool about our industry? Ton of people will jump on that post and comment and respond. I've been there, giving her advice. And so now she felt so alone, came onto her, like my board, and now she doesn't feel alone because 40 or 50 other artists jumped on the post and responded and encouraged her and said it happens to all of us. So, I think that's the beauty of, social media, especially like Facebook, because we belong to these permanent makeup groups. And although there can be some drama sometimes and some negative stuff, I think overall it's been good for us artists, right? Like
I think it's getting better for sure.
And it's getting better.
I mean, there's still a lot of drama. If I can give 1 ounce, just stay out of the drama, ladies and gentlemen. Stay out of it. Don't engage in it. Just sit back and watch it. Don't engage it. I wish this was around for me 17 years ago. Can you imagine having this camaraderie and stuff?
Camaraderie, it's great.
I had zero. I had nothing. Back then.
I think there's always going to be drama.
Yeah.
I think there's always people that always got to say something, right?
Yeah.
And my whole thing is sit back and observe. You don't have to respond to everything.
No.
Right?
Learn from it.
But the drama makes me uncomfortable. I don't get involved either. So I know. So So is there anything else you want to
No, just for the new millennials, for the newbies.
Yeah.
No, I just practice. Focus on one thing, strengthening that before you go learning other things. If you want to do hair strokes, master that first. Don't go take 20 courses and you're not gonna. It's all fall to the way. It's a waste of money.
Well, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
I bring on apprentices here, right? I take them from scratch. Amber just moved into her own studio. She'll be doing a podcast again with me next Saturday.
Excellent.
But the whole first year and a half, depending on how they progress, they only did powder brows. Once they got really good and their depth was good and they're healing great, then hair stroke brows. And once they mastered brows, I think it was like maybe 2.5 years in, moved him over to eyeliner. And then another year, moved him over to lips.
Right.
Yeah, I take 5 years to bring them through, the 3 top procedures, the 2 top procedures are brows and eyeliner, and then lips. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right. If you're out there trying to learn all of it, and the number 1 procedure is brows. So go learn brows first.
Especially with all the mask mandates.
Yes. Especially all the, right,
Yeah.
and then a close second's eyeliner.
Yeah.
But eyeliner scares a lot of people.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
But I think, the way you and Amber and Will Anthony trained it, and I know you guys trained it together, you make it easy to understand. It's all, how to pack it in, how to slow it down, how to stretch. I mean, that's huge. I was never taught that in my training.
Yeah.
There's
a certain way to approach eyeliner for sure. Because, you see a lot of, people trying to do eyeliner and it falls out.
Your all-healed results are freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Best I've ever seen.
I think it's because I come from a body tattoo background.
Maybe,
So did Will
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah.
So we know how to pack and color.
Yeah,
There's a certain thing you need to do with eyeliner, man, because 99% of clients, they don't want the pixely look on an eyeliner. They want a black eyeliner.
Yeah.
And they don't want to have to come in again in a year or 2 years.
No, and you don't want to do it every year either.
No, because eyeliner hurts, man.
Yeah.
It's not a great, it's not fun to get it done, Everybody knows that it's had eyeliner. So you want the eyeliner to last on a client. And and predominantly everybody wants black, It's definitely here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And black looks best, or charcoal or a black brown. Straight brown looks like hell on eyeliner.
I told Amber that she and I can do a little day together. She wants to see me in action. I want to see her in action. We'll probably end up doing it here because this is before she ended up moving into her own place.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I would like to just see how she packs it in.
Yeah.
I would only do lash enhancements. I wouldn't do any wedges. I'm too scared to do all that. But I would totally like to do more of just like a mascara look.
Yeah. When you watch our work, if you could only see, like if the video was cropped and all you saw was her hand or my hand, you wouldn't know who was who.
Yeah.
We work. Maybe the speed is, maybe I move a little bit faster than her, but the movement, we're both methodical. You're just packing in that black. Yeah. But I will say that eyeliner, I have a weird relationship with eyeliner. I know I'm good at it, right? I mean, I'm not bragging, but I know I'm good at it. But I really only like it when I'm done. The client.
You just don't like it. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, because I did an eyeliner yesterday. So you still, because it's someone's eye. And if a client's going to freak out, it's going to be on eyeliner, right? Because no one likes that needle around their eyeball. Right. So it's just, eyeliner can be stressful. And I always feel that. And, it's when I, at the end of the procedure, when I sit them up and I'm looking and I'm like, ooh, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Then I like eyeliner.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, until the next new client, and then I don't really like it so much until I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's my torrid.
I know exactly how you feel.
Relationship with eyeliner. Yeah, it's weird, but I would never stop doing it, and I book eyeliners like crazy. So. Yeah, it's just this weird thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you definitely specialize in that for sure.
Yeah, it's good. Well, we need eyeliner. I think every single woman, like 20 and older, 25 and older, looks good and at least a lash enhancement.
Yeah.
Right? Lash enhancements are so easy. Those are the ones I don't get sweaty pits over. They're easy, right? But everybody could use a little color in their lash line.
Yeah,
Make your eyes
definitely.
just like
I'm going to let
pop.
Morgan do mine. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her how you
Yeah,
were,
I'm
too.
going to do it. I'm going to numb myself. You know I'll get myself super numb.
Yeah, because I have a feeling you're a little bit of a wuss.
I am a wuss.
I
got
know.
my Botox yesterday. I was like a flailing idiot.
So, yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad Morgan's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Morgan's going to do it.
I know. Okay. So I have a really serious question for you. You ready? This is about as serious as it gets.
Okay.
All right. I'm
right.
sorry to do this to you on a podcast, but
Oh, God.
so I want to know.
What?
I want to know, when was the bun born?
Oh, the bun.
The bun.
The
When
bun.
was the? You know how he's got
The bun, the meme, all that.
When was the bun born, Mare?
Probably when I got certified in permanent makeup.
That's when the
honestly.
bun was born?
Yeah, because when I worked in the operating room, you can't have your hair down. Your hair had to
Okay.
be up. So when I started tattooing in 2004, I was leaning over and it kept like tickling my neck and it was driving me crazy. So I put the messy bun up. It wasn't like a grandma tight little nanny bun. It wasn't.
Well, it's not that
Yeah,
now.
no, it's kind of like a little messy bun.
Yeah.
But I'm living in Florida and it's humid. I didn't like things sticking to my neck. It put me in a bad mood.
So you're not a pony. You was never a ponytail
No,
girl.
I'll do a ponytail every
You'll
now
do a
and
ponytail.
then when I'm not working.
never-
I wear a lot of baseball caps when I'm not here. I'm a jean
Yeah.
and sneaker girl.
Yeah.
So my hair is not going to be curled with hot rollers and all that shit. I'm very down to earth. I don't even own a pair of heels, Teryn. Okay,
Yeah.
I own flats, jeans, and sneakers. My hair might be down. You've seen it down maybe twice in 9 years. I don't
Yeah,
know,
like
maybe,
twice
right?
in 9 years.
It
That's
stays
it.
down for about 10, 15 minutes, and it's back up.
And it's back up.
Yeah, my poor husband. I don't look recognizable when it's down.
Do you not like yourself with your hair down, or
No,
is it?
I do. I just feel like I have to be like in a different element. Like I have to be like dressing up for
Like-
something special. Like in England, when we were in England.
Okay.
I wore my hair down.
Like hair down, Mary. Is that like sexy Mary?
It's more of like more of a date Mary, date night
date Mary.
Mary.
It's
yeah,
date night
it's kind
Mary.
of like date night Mary.
Okay.
I wear it down at home a lot.
Yeah.
Because my house is like really cold, so nothing sticks to my neck. So I wear it down a lot at home. I would be out in Tampa and I would do like this girl's eyebrows. They don't recognize me with my hair down.
Yeah.
They don't recognize
Well,
me.
it
so
is two different looks.
It's two different completely looks. And I don't have my glasses on half
Yeah,
the time
yeah.
when I'm out. So I just feel like
It's kinda
almost
good.
like my trademark almost in a way.
Well, you know what? So if all you saw was your silhouette on the wall,
a shadow.
yeah, with the butt, Mary,
Yeah.
Mary Ritcherson,
Right? I
very
know.
recognizable. All right.
Yeah, come on.
All right. But even your avatar, your meme thing,
My
right?
little
You
meme,
got the
yeah,
bun.
looks just like me, right?
But it probably works for you, right? Because I know when I go out in Vegas, if I'm at Trader Joe's or, Target or something, I see clients recognize me.
They recognize me too.
They do.
Yeah.
But if your hair were down,
Or in a baseball cap.
yeah,
They don't recognize me.
They probably wouldn't recognize
No,
you
they don't
because it
recognize
is
me.
two different looks.
Yeah.
And I get headaches.
I should do a whole glam makeup look and post it. I'd freak everybody out.
You would freak
Yeah,
everybody
I'd freak
out.
everybody out.
Yeah. You should do this thing where everybody's got to do something to themselves.
That would be fun.
That's totally opposite of how they normally look
Yeah.
on social media. So yours would be your hair down,
Heels,
no
dress,
yeah.
yeah.
Mine would be, oh God,
Dress.
oh
heels.
God, I knew, yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I could
full
do-
face and makeup.
Oh jeez, oh my God.
But that would be fun. We should do that for Halloween.
That would be hysterical. Actually,
Halloween.
I'd get in a dress just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I would do too.
Yeah. I can't walk in heels though. I'm telling you right now.
Neither can I. I look like I'm 6'2" in a pair of
Yeah,
heels. Like
yeah.
seriously, I'm like 6'2" in heels. So no, I don't
That's
like to wear
funny.
heels. I have some really cute flats, but that's it.
Yeah.
I have like little kitten heels, but that's
Yeah.
it. No, I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I want to be comfortable.
No, that was great. That was great. I think this was a great podcast.
I do too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Put the mic in front of your mouth. There you go.
It was a lot of fun. Is it sliding over or am I moving?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
you're
know.
moving.
I'm not moving.
I don't know. We'll
Sorry. I'm sure they caught
yeah,
this. Yeah.
it'll be fine. So if you want to tell, because this is going to be, this podcast probably mostly industry, people are going to watch it. So if you want to tell anybody that, wants to seek you out to maybe take your, hands-on course, how can they find you? How can they contact you?
Okay. So if you go to mrnaturallines.com, that's my website. And I'm also going to be coming to your studio a few times over the next few months to do some procedures. Also doing some semi-private trainings up to 6 students. I think my next one's in June. I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but June. Then I have one in August. June sold out. Sorry. August is my next available.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come here and be one of Teryn's guest artists.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited.
Yeah, you're going to come into Vegas once a month or every couple months.
And do some procedures.
For clients.
Yep, for clients.
For Vegas clientele that want
some hair strokes.
Yeah, so that will be fun.
Yeah.
And in your classes, you do 1-on-1, 2-on-1, or up to 6?
Yeah, so I'm only doing my 6 here because
You're
you
only
have
doing
the
your 6
spacing.
here.
So in my office in Colorado or at their studios, I will do up to 2 people.
Okay.
I get flown to their studios or they'll come fly to me. So in order for me to go to them, I have to have at least a 2-day class.
Yeah, and they can email you.
They
and get
can
all
email
that
me.
information
I'm on
stuff.
Facebook. I'm on Instagram. MR_Natural Lines is my Instagram handle. You can get access my course through the Girlz Inc. Training Academy, the girlzinctraining.com. If you take the online course, you're able to deduct that fee off of my private 1-to-1 training in Colorado.
Yes.
Not here, in Colorado only. It's private, only the 1-on-1 training.
Yeah.
So you get to take that off as well. And I do a 1-day or a 2-day training, whichever you prefer.
I think that's fantastic. You do that. So I'm going to repeat that so people understand.
Yeah.
So if any artists, in Colorado,
and anybody that takes the online course,
anybody that takes the online course, they take your online course, which is what, $479, and then they decide, this was fantastic, but I want to go sit with Mary and get on a face, do hands-on with Mary. They can come to your Colorado studio. You will deduct the $479 from your hands-on
private
class
1-to-1 fee. Yep.
That's really great.
So say for instance, it's $1,800 for the day. They can take the $479 off. It's only $1,321.
Yep, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a really affordable. I look at it this way. I feel like if someone's spending the money on an online course, why not take it to the next level? When you see my students work, it's insane.
Yeah,
the course prepares them and preps them for the hands-on section. It's amazing.
Before your course came on, me and Amber talked about this, and we thought this is what we need to do, because are you finding that because they were on the online course for a few months, got the theory, your video tutorials, practice, and then they come do hands-on.
They're ready.
They're ready.
They're so ready, and they're killing it.
Yes.
Like they're killing, like they're surprising themselves.
Yeah.
Once they go onto the skin. It's actually easier to do on skin.
Well, no, and I think it's a better way to train. And who knew, right? We didn't really realize this before the Academy launched. Because in our courses before the Academy, we were trying to get all the theory in, practice, and all this in, and then get them on skin.
And then you gain 2 hours of more latex work and warming up before your model. So, and I always say, when you watch the PowerPoint, write your questions down. I don't have to go through every single slide.
Yeah.
Write your questions down, and we'll hit those when you come back in. I get them on latex right away.
Yep.
We do about 5-6 hours of latex work, then I throw them on the model in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And they kill it. They do. You saw the work. They're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, and I think it is. I think it has a lot to do with it. They get your online course first, so when they come in, they're just better prepared.
Yeah. It's not an additional fee. That's important. It's not an additional fee. It's deducted.
Deducted.
Yeah.
And maybe they feel like they know you now a little bit, so they're not as nervous.
Yeah.
Because they hear your voice, they see you in video. That's how I feel. I feel like once they take my course, then they get a vibe of like who I am as a human being, right?
Yeah.
And then when they meet you, when they come in,
they're like, "Damn, Teryn, you little."
Yeah. Well, that's what they say in person.
I know.
I didn't know you were that
bigger.
little. I know. But but when they get to see you in a video and hear you speak, they feel connected to you a little bit. They get a sense that you are warm and you are this and you're giving in. Because students get scared to death, right? Don't you find that when students come in, they're scared to death? But I think this calms the nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
They feel they know you a little bit. They're better prepared. So that's just one blessing this online academy has been, along with many. So
and we're reasonable people. We want to make sure they're successful. So even though like, God, Mary, you make more money in a day doing services. Why are you discounting? I go, because I want to help her.
Yeah.
I everything I do, and I firmly believe in that. putting it out in the universe
Yeah.
and paying it forward. I just paid it forward to a student who's a mom of 2 kids. She flew in from Arizona, I believe it was Arizona, and she was literally paying me $100 here. And I'm like, listen, honey, you're consider yourself paid in full.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she flew in, stayed for 2 days,
Yeah.
had a hotel, had an Uber, and I'm like, no, listen, I got you. And I
Yeah.
paid it forward. And I tell you what, I pretty much worked for free, but it was a phenomenal 2 days with this girl.
Oh, that's awesome.
What a wonderful.
And she'll
2
never
days.
forget that you did that.
No,
Yeah.
she's amazing. She
Yeah.
did amazing. And I feel like I have to pay it forward. God's blessed me. He's blessed you. He's blessed us.
Yeah.
And I just want to pay it forward. I'm going to start doing that. Like once a month, I'm going to pay it forward to somebody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're an amazing human being. That's why I love you
thank
so
you.
much.
So
That's
are
why Kat
you.
loves you.
Thank
and
you. Yeah.
Everybody loves you. You really are. You're a good woman.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
So are
and
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you're super talented
Thank
to
you.
boot.
Thanks.
Yeah, you really are. So thank you for coming
Thank you for having me.
all the way to Vegas. What, an hour?
A whole hour and 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah. All
Drinking
right.
on the plane the
I
whole way
know.
here.
Yeah. So filming tomorrow.
Yes. Excited.
right.
Stay tuned.
All right. Okay, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me and Mary Ritcherson today for another episode of Tatter-a-fact. All right. Happy tattooing, everybody. We'll see you next time.